Hello and welcome to my channel. Today's episode of Dark Diary is about the most famous king in the history, Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great, 356 BC, 323 BC, was a famous ancient Greek king who was known for his military conquests and for spreading Greek culture throughout much of the world. He was born in Pella, Macedonia, the son of King Philip II and Queen Olympia. As a young man, Alexander received a strong education from some of the most prominent thinkers of his time, including Aristotle, who taught him philosophy, politics, and literature. At the age of 20, he inherited the throne from his father, and quickly set out to fulfill his ambition to conquer the known world. Alexander's military conquests were impressive and far-reaching. He first conquered Greece and then went on to conquer Persia, Egypt, and parts of India. He is known for his strategic brilliance and his ability to inspire his troops to fight fiercely in battle. Some of his most famous battles include the Battle of Issus, the Siege of Tyre, and the Battle of Gaugamela. The Battle of Issus took place in 333 BC between the forces of Alexander the Great of Macedonia and the Persian army led by King Darius III. It was one of the most important battles of Alexander's conquest of Persia and is considered a significant turning point in ancient history. The battle took place near the town of Issus, in what is now modern-day Turkey. The Persian army was much larger than Alexander's army, but Alexander's troops were better trained and more disciplined. The battle began with a charge from Alexander's cavalry, which broke through the Persian line and engaged the enemy forces in close combat. The Persian army was much larger than Alexander's, with estimates ranging from 60,000 to 100,000 soldiers. However, Alexander's forces were highly trained and experienced in battle, and he used innovative tactics to gain an advantage. He led a decisive charge against the Persian left wing, breaking through their lines and causing chaos in their ranks. The victory at Issus was a major turning point in Alexander's conquest of Persia. It allowed him to secure his control over much of Asia Minor and gave him access to the important port city of Tyre. The battle also demonstrated Alexander's tactical brilliance and established his reputation as one of the greatest military leaders in history. In 331 BCE, Alexander the Great and his army faced the mighty Persian Empire led by King Darius III in the Battle of Gaugamela. The outcome of the battle would determine the fate of their empires and the world as they knew it. Alexander stood on a hill, surveying the battlefield below. His army was outnumbered, but he had a plan. He had ordered his men to create a gap in their lines, tempting the Persians to charge through it. Alexander intended to use this to his advantage, and he had faith that his men could execute the plan flawlessly. As the sun began to rise, Darius III and his army appeared on the horizon. Alexander signaled for his army to take their positions. The Persians, confident in their superior numbers, charged towards the Greeks. The gap in the Greek lines was quickly filled by the Persian charge. But Alexander was ready. He led his elite cavalry, the companion cavalry, straight towards Darius III, who was at the heart of the Persian army. Finally, Alexander caught up to Darius III, who was surrounded by his bodyguards. With a swift motion, Alexander thrust his spear towards the king, striking him down. The Persian army, seeing their leader fall, quickly retreated from the battlefield. Aside from his military conquests, Alexander was also known for his efforts to spread Greek culture throughout the world. He founded many cities and encouraged the blending of Greek and local cultures in these new settlements. This process, known as Hellenization, had a significant impact on the world and helped to spread Greek culture and ideas. Despite his many successes, Alexander's life was cut short when he died at the age of 32. The cause of his death is still a matter of debate, but it is believed that he either died of natural causes or was poisoned. Alexander the Great is famous for his military conquests and for his role in spreading Greek culture throughout the world. He is considered one of the greatest military leaders in history, and his legacy continues to inspire people today. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe my channel.